I received an emergency request for funding through the service service, and I was going to please add that to the agenda this evening.
Emergency resolution.
Great. Thank you.
And on the agenda, item number 6 is going to be scratched. And item 7A, B, E, and F. What's off the agenda? Then items, we have a motion for the agenda. Second by second by Donna. In favor, say aye.
Aye.
Minded? Carried. Approval of the minutes for item 5th, 2021. What's the pleasure?
So moved.
Mr. Parker, Council Parker, Second Councilor Elliott. Any questions on that? Hearing none, everyone, please vote say aye.
Aye.
On line, motion carried. Item 4, correspondence, one from Premier Rankin and the other is letters of appreciation. Any question on that? Councilor Boyd.
Yes, on the one for Premier Rankin there, they said with the Dallas infrastructure and expanding in other parts of the province, would we free up space in the Southern Heritage Memorial Hospital unit? No, it's not. We turn around and there's a big wait list to get into the Southern Heritage. We got a nice hospital up there, Heritage Hospitals. There's no reason why dialysis machines can't be put in. And I mean, I don't care what government it is, they have to be done. And so I'm really disappointed that Premier Rankin would come back with a letter like that. Thank you.
Thank you. Comments? We want to item 5, proclamation rights to know. Must have that.
Oh, you want to do the last? The proclamation.
There you go.
Proclamation rights to know, September the 27th to October the 3rd, 2021. Whereas the municipality of the county of Pictou has adopted the principles of openness, transparency, and accountability. Whereas the municipal government act gives citizens the right of access to information in the custody of under the control of the municipality. And whereas sets of information ensure citizens of Nova Scotia have the opportunity for meaningful participation in the democratic process. Whereas the celebration of the right of citizens to access information, facilitate information, public participation, policy formation, ensure fairness in government decision making, and permit the arriving and reconciliation of the victims. And whereas the municipality of County of Pictou joins all other Canadian jurisdictions, democracies worldwide, in acknowledging international right to know week. Therefore, we resolve that I, Wayne Neptune, the municipality of County of Pictou, hereby proclaim September 27th to October 3rd, 2021, to be right of no week in the municipality. So that's
Second.
now, item 6 is the strategy.
Oh, sorry. Just on the proclamation, have we anything planned for that week? Proclamation for the week, doing something.
Not that I can up, but Swan, do you have any comment on that?
I'm sorry. I'm having difficulty hearing Councillor Wadden.
He wants to know if there's anything planned for the proclamation week, September 22nd to October the 3rd.
Not yet, but we can certainly look at it and discuss it for sure.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Item 7, resolution E. 2021-22 water and utility budget. Councilor Thompson.
Resolution B, resolved by the municipal council of the municipality of County of Pictou, the council approves the water utility budget for the 2021-22 fiscal period in the amount of $492,900. The same having been reviewed and approved by the Financial Services Committee of Council dated 5th Nova Scotia this third day of August, 2021. Moved by myself and seconded by Councilor Chattahoochee.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Not Peter, go ahead.
Yeah, I would support this. I mean, I don't think it's a good job search, but we put not our auditor and all the other stuff. We're still in pandemic that, you know, there's a $30 balance. So I don't know what I think.
Okay, thank you. Any further questions? Everyone in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Reminded,
Hey,
one name. Thank you. Item 7C, 2041-22 street light items and sewer, by Council Carter.
Thank you, Deputy Warden Murray. Resolution, be resolved by the municipal council of the municipality of the county of Pictou. The council authorized the rating and collection of area rates for streetlights, hydrant fire protection, and sewer maintenance fees on applicable properties assessed in all districts as follows for the period of 2021, 22. Streetlight, flat rate, $49.35. District Court of Law. Streetlights in District 1, $9.09. That's also a flat rate. Streetlight, totaling another rate, decimal 0.52 cents. Streetlights Little Harbor Pictou Landing, decimal 0.16 cents. Streetlights Abercrombie Granton, decimal 0.17 cents. Hydrant fire protection residential, flat rate $270. Hydrant fire protection commercial, 0.0043 cents per 100 assessment. Firefighter protection institutional, 0.0047 cents per 100 assessment. Sewer maintenance fee, flat rate $313. Be it further resolved that all rates and taxes as set out above shall be due and paid to the treasurer on or before the 15th day of October 2021. If such rates and taxes are not paid by the 15th day of October 2021, an additional charge will be payable in accordance with the municipality's interest rate policy. Dated at Pictou NS, this is the third day of August 2021. Moved by myself, Councilor David Parker, seconded by Councilor Mary Woolridge Elliott.
Thank you. Any questions? Peter, go ahead.
yeah, again, for the same reason, I don't think it's a time to be putting rates up and for people more money when they, you know, they're lucky to turn around and be able to get groceries to the table with some safety, so I don't get the.
Okay, thank you. Any further comments? If none, everyone in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Reminded, great. One name. Thank you. Item 7G, accessibility advisory committee, Boyle.
Resolution being resolved by the municipal council for the municipality of the county of Pictou. The council approves the following appointments for the 2020-21 term. Outside boards, accessibility advisory committee. Peter Boyle, so Larry Turner, Ray Gunn, Susan Madison, Rick Parker, Grace Maxner, all non-elected appointments to November 23. Dated the Pictou, Nova Scotia, the third day of August 2021, signed by myself, Peter Boyle, second by Councilor Dave Parker.
I'll second it.
Bill, any questions on the resolution? Hearing none, everyone in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Reminded, motion carried. 7H, PSA battery change. Oops, sorry.
Are we doing the budget plans? Oh, we're doing an audit.
PSA boundary change, really?
Thank you. Resolution whereas the municipal council for the municipality of the county of Pictou has adopted a policy with respect to general service area boundaries to provide for a standardized means of setting community boundaries. Whereas the municipality, the Nova Scotia Geometric Center of the Emergency Management Office of Nova Scotia may initiate a change to the existing GSA, where it is felt that the adjustment to the boundary will enhance and/or improve efficiencies of emergency response services. Whereas there are occasions where residents believe they are incorrectly identified with a particular GSA that does not match what they consider to be their historical community of record. Whereas residents identified in their community of Pictou believe they are more closely connected to Hudson and consider Hudson to be their community of historical record, and have therefore requested a boundary adjustment to include them in the Hudson General Service Area. Whereas the Property Service Committee agrees that the boundary change is warranted, therefore be it resolved by the Municipal Council for the Municipality of the County of Pictou that the Council approve a change in the GSA boundary for the civic numbers 997, 998, 1691, 1705, and 1800 on the Old Pictou Road to the Hudson GSA in accordance with the municipality's General Service Area Boundaries Policy, dated at Pictou, Nova Scotia, this third day of August of 2021, moved by myself, Mary Wooldridge Elliott, and seconded by David Carter.
I'll second it.
Any questions? Everyone in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Carried. 7I, chief mayor appointment, and Stewart.
Thank you, Chair. Resolution, whereas section 9.1 of the chief commissioner provides for the annual appointment of chief mayor, whereas appointments to this office have been made throughout various districts in county of Essex, whereas in accordance with the affirmative chief status of Nova Scotia, these appointments require the approval of council. Therefore, be resolved by the municipal council of the municipality of the county of Pictou approve the appointment of the following chief hours for 2020-2021. District 12, Willard McDonald, dated effective NS the third day of August 2021. Signed by myself, Councilor Chester Ward, seconded by Councilor John Butler.
Also second. Thank you. Any questions on the resolution? Your judge, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Carried. Okay, collective agreement, Ron, give us the update of that.
Sure. So last month, we presented the terms of the collective agreement at an executive meeting. Since that time, the NSGU has ratified. They've taken a vote and ratified the terms that were given to council last month. So the contract was circulated earlier today. There were some back and forth on this few items to clarify the language and stuff to make sure it actually did reflect what we had presented. So the collective agreement were now complete. So really, at this point, council would need to make a motion in public based on the recommendation to the executive last month that we entered into the collective agreement. 4-year deal. Probably some of the significant highlights just are the section 1011, which is the wage appendix, effective April 1st, 2021, a 1% increase, 2022, 1.15, 2023, 1.75, and effective 2024, 2%. It's one of the most significant, I guess, components of that. So there's basically at this point, we just be a motion to ratify or agree that's presented.
I'd like to make a motion for that. Accept that agreement. Councilor Berger,
So move that we accept the negotiated agreement.
you have a seconder? We'll second that. Honor, any questions? Everyone in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Minded? So scared. To me, acknowledgement for people in transition territory. Not the one.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We should acknowledge that non-traditional territory as we are all people and our relationship together is based on peace and friendship. Acknowledging non-traditional or ancestral territory is a way of showing respect for and honoring our shared treaty relationship. It is one of the many important steps we can take toward reconciliation. In some acknowledgements, we hear the unceded Mi'kmaq territory. It is referred to as unceded as the treaty signed between nations for focus on peace and friendship, not turning over their lands. Treaties between 1725 to 1763 prevented further wars. And in the 18th century, Mi'kmaq people and the British Crown entered historic peace and friendship treaties that created treaty relationships within Mi'kmaq. Mi'kmaq is the traditional territory of the Mi'kmaq and includes 7 districts, which are found in what is now known as Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, and the Gascon region of Quebec. The traditional name for our own Pictou County is Pictou, which means the explosive place. The first reserves were established in 1801 before Canada or the U.S. was formed. An acknowledgement is not intended to create any legally binding obligations or recognition of asserted claims. Recently, most of us have heard the horrific stories coming from the residential schools where many of our First Nations were forced to attend. Hundreds of unmarked graves have been discovered and continue to be discovered. Robert Bernard, who is the founder and CEO of the Indigenous Guide, has 30+ years of experience working with Indigenous communities across our Atlantic region. Mr. Bernard has been involved in the areas of culture, heritage, tourism, business development, procurement, contracting, sports, recreation, community and event planning, climate change, and cross-cultural training. He also utilizes his extensive knowledge and connections in the government and industry sectors to help provide specific guidance to organizations or projects or events in terms of navigating relationships and partnership protocols. I've had the good fortune through NSFM to attend 2 of Mr. Bernard's workshops, and the information he can pass on to you is amazing. I would like to recommend that this council invite Mr. Bernard to do our presentation for all of us, as it seems most here are unable to attend these valuable workshops put on for us through the NSFM. His website is www.theindigenousguide.com, and it is a very valuable source of information as we go through the processes of reconciliation. An acknowledgement is the first item on an agenda. It is a way of encouraging to acknowledge Nova Scotia is the Mi'kmaq traditional territory. A simple acknowledgement can be, we would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Mi'kmaq, the traditional and unceded territory for Mi'kmaq people. I know there are many more involved in our acknowledgements included in our agenda, and I appreciate whoever put that information together for us tonight. Halifax acknowledgement is another good example. My main reason for bringing this issue to council is that I can truly feel we should be acknowledging our ancestral territory just out of respect for Mi'kmaq people. Perhaps others would like to give their opinions on this acknowledgement before motion is put forward. One item I will recommend is we request Mr. Bernard to do a workshop for this council. I'm sure we could all benefit from it.
Okay, any questions on that? Jerry?
If I was going to discuss it, I thought if they would have a preference for an acknowledgement. I don't want to join with the second one, like we would like to acknowledge that we are Mi'kmaq, the traditional and unceded territory, happy with the people, and do that prior to start each council.
Other than that,
I'm moving that.
I'll second it. Questions on that?
I'm in full support of this. But, I'd like the gentleman to address our better clarity on the acknowledgement of the allegations. But also, we at the council made a point as part of our strategic plan to meet other municipal councils, one particularly First Nation, that never really got off the ground with. Kind of last one, that should be best corrected again. No suggestions.
Okay, I'll get that out that the meeting is on the agenda back. So just, that's you add a little bit to the motion.
I just, it's pretty much on, we want to, so I can do it.
Dr. Boyle.
Yeah, I never heard of that, but watched it, so I just saw this vote on it, because I never heard the whole thing.
Jane, can you repeat some of that, or can you repeat the motion again, I guess?
I'll repeat the motion, it's just, a simple acknowledgement, is we would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in the MOPC traditional or the territory of the MOPC people. I'll just request that that acknowledgement be given for the start of each council meeting.
Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Nothing on it. Motion is carried. Item 10, your resolution and council appeal, you have one tonight.
Yes, thank you very much, Deputy Woodbury. I was contacted over the weekend by a member of the Caribou River Community Center. They had initially applied for a municipal service grant for $1,120, which was basically an operational grant to help pay the bills and that sort of thing. Unfortunately, a leak was discovered in their roof, and it was recommended that they take care of it immediately before more damage was done. Thankfully, they caught before too much damage was done, but there's still damage nonetheless, then it's costing a new roof. So they had sent the Caribou River Community Center Community Hall, sent an application to me, which included that $1,120 ask for such things as the power bill and that sort of thing. I will say that this is a vibrant group, usually, I'll talk pre-COVID, because as we know, community halls are very different operating and fundraising because of COVID. But they're a vibrant group. They hold lots of fundraisers, breakfasts, they're a community hub. And it's really unfortunate because I know at any other time they would be out there and really be working hard to help these expenses. Unfortunately, they do have a very small amount in their financials, and so they've asked that we continue to approve that $1,120, and have also asked for a total of $6,000 for the replacement of the roof. So with the operating budget and $6,000, a total of $7,120. Something that we've been doing in District 3. When I first became councillor, all of the money was spent every year, and the ratepayers have decided that maybe make a few sacrifices, that we start to have a little pity. That if there was ever some hall or organization that ran into an emergency like this, God forbid that we have the money to do it. And this money is in, do have the money there set aside to cover this. So I would thank the district residents for the repairs for their sacrifices and the ability to have foresight to see ahead. So I don't know if this can go.
Just a question I was going to ask. Carolyn's on the board tonight, is she? Yeah. Is she? Is it okay to go ahead, Carolyn, with this request to go through your office?
So you have the money in your fund?
I'm very sure, yes.
Or this is part of the current allotment? We're not approving current allotments.
No, I know, and I guess that changed, that's changed because I would have asked them added on this evening. But I know that there is, I'm not sure of the exact dollar amount, but maybe Karen can help provide that, what is left over in that fund.
I mean, with this grant just being put forth tonight, there's no way that I will be able to tell her what money's available and what money's not available. Had she called this afternoon, I might have been able to, but not right now.
Okay, sorry, okay. I was being careful about this on Friday.
So I guess for clarification, Brian, could we move that motion and then we have to wait until the budget is passed before there's enough money there, if there isn't enough now, so we can move.
You could make a conditional motion that if the funds are there in the fund, then there's no issue with it being paid, so. Right, but if the money's not there, it would have to wait for the approval system.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, so I'll make that a motion that once the funds are available, that we grant a request of $7,120 to help cover cost of the requested funds for the roof and
Dave, seconded, any questions on the motion? Hearing none, everyone in favor, say aye.
Hey. You know, for pink?
That's 90.
How much was the grant?
7,120. They initially asked for 1,120, and their new request includes that money that they had previously asked for and includes that. So I guess the other application would be down the road.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
7,120
Total?
total, correct.
Thank you.
Councilor Carter?
I'm just, thank you, Marie. I'm not clear where this money's coming from. The municipal service grant?
yes.
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 Okay. But so, like, District 3's a lot. Thank you.
And they may have monies left over from previous years to fund that.
Any further emergency resolution? Skip number 9, community announcements. Not any community announcements?
I spoke with this last time, we had our committee meeting about the Fairfield Fire Department having their annual lobster dinner on Saturday. I believe that the deadline for reserving a beautiful lobster dinner is this Thursday. It comes with lovely lobster and we can take salad, coleslaw, and dessert. So it's takeout only and it's always a good meal. It is actually, Saturday. Saturday. Yeah, Saturday.
Any further community announcements? Okay, hearing none, move on to 11, referrals to committees and council. No.
This is something that I brought up last year and I'll bring up again. I think it should go to the next service committee and it just happened here a minute. I think that we should look at approving municipal service grants. Being able to spend last year's amount of allotted in the current fiscal year prior to our budget being approved. Because if we look at tonight, here we are, August 3rd, and we're looking at probably August 17th or later for approving our budget. Part of our budget is municipal service grants. People the organizations that depend on those municipal service grants, the volunteers, and they help get the thing up and running. We're going to be into September before they get the money, right? So a lot of places are financially strapped with the community center in Fairfield with operating expenses, right? So if we approve, like, if you want to change our allotments is 250,000 or whatever it is, 200. You have to make that request in the current fiscal year and involve the following fiscal. So, and that way we can get our money out to these organizations a lot quicker so that they have time to spend the money. Because sometimes we get the money out, it's getting too late, they can't get somebody to do the work that they're trying to do. Now, I know it was turned down last time, but I think this is a perfect example of what could happen, what's happened, right? So, anyway, I'd like to bring that to the public service.
Okay, we'll put that on the next agenda for financial service. Discussion? Anything further? Council one?
Just my request to have Robert Bernard come to, you probably could close that already on file, I'd like to make it here. I'm still,
Is that on file for him to come, Ron? I don't think it is.
I'm gonna make a request.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, from earlier this evening, just formalizing, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So you have the information?
I attended his workshop as well, so I have his contact information.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Anything further? Not need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Not second. Council Elliott? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.